What's up, guys? Welcome back for some more Glorious Smite. And as you may or may not know, I have been spamming hunters, playing them a lot, really enjoying them. And a few diamonds there now. You know, we're getting there, boys. We're getting there. And I figured I'd share with you the builds that I've been going, and I'll even tell you my favorite slash hunters that I think are actually the best. You know, all in my opinion, of course. You're free to disagree. So the build I've been going, I would use on pretty much everyone bar Artemis and Zhenghui, because they both have crit in their kit in some fashion. Zhenghui's got crit chance on 2, Art's got our passive, therefore I feel you want to get crit on them, otherwise what's the point in picking them, since that's an integral part of their kit. However, I don't think crit is as good as the other build, because crit needs crit, which means you have to give up something else, because obviously you want to increase your chances of crit, so you need more crit aims. So this is the build I've been going. Ninja Tabi, pretty much always. I think the attack speed is just better. Asi, I do not get devils. Like, I should have devils here just to compare. So Asi will give you more damage on your abilities early game. Devils, when fully stacked, will probably overcompensate. Asi will give you more damage on quins. The raw number plus more attack speed mean you'll get more quins procs as well. Devils just gives you more raw AA damage. But Devils needs stacked, which I think hurts it. And Devils cost slightly more. But again, you will get slightly increased DPS on your A's, albeit you do lose attack speed, which means overall it's not a massive gain. And like I said, early game your abilities will hit more with the pen. But I think the biggest difference between them both is the Asi passive. It has saved me so many times, it's crazy. Just getting that sudden massive gain in lifesteal, it's invaluable. So I just skip Devils and just get Asi pretty much all the time. Like I said, it's a little bit cheaper, a little bit worse in certain situations, a little bit better in other situations. But I think the passive just kind of peaks it over. And for those curious, the reason why Asi will give your ability slightly more DPS than the power is because most abilities don't scale at 100%, therefore pen is better. Plus 15 pen beats out the early game power until it fully stacks, and then it starts to count more. However, like I said, the power doesn't affect quins, which is an integral part of the build. And then pretty much always like exec, again just for more attack speed. In fact, just with these 3 items, your attack speed goes insane. Fair enough, you won't be as high level as this, but still 1.81 is really good. More attack speed the better. You know, it gets you more A's off quicker, it gets your executioners procced faster, giving you increased DPS faster, because you got your pen. And with just these 3 items, you know, it obviously helps you take objectives quicker, which is key. From there, the build changes. I always go these 3 items, but in what order? It's always, it always changes. A lot of enemy tanks, or from pushing towers really quickly. Titans main. It's basically your tower push, and then of course it works well with Fantasy as well into the towers, and it'll help you against the tanks. If I've got to really trade, for whatever reason, there's a lot of boxing gods, and I really need to trade effectively, I might go for the double lifesteal earlier. If I'm just really far ahead, just want quins quicker, just for extra damage, then we get quins. It always depends on how the game's going and how the enemies are kind of built and who I'm dealing with. That's kind of how, it's always what you have to think about. You know, what did enemies do? What should I do into that? You know, if they pick fucking rock, you get paper. If they pick scissors, throw away your fucking paper and get the rock. And that's kind of how you play it out. So it always depends. This is cheaper, so in a pinch you can get that. And then for the bigger DPS boost, you want this. If I could click on it properly. And then Bloodforge last. And that's been my go-to build for every hunter, bar Zheng and Artemis. Every one of them. Double lifesteal. You get the Bloodforge shield, get a big power spike at the end. The triple pen, I guess, which maximizes your quins passive damage, which is based on percentage, but it needs pen to really maximize it. So I pretty much always will go into quins. Yeah, 4%. So you really want to maximize that. And you need this for your tower push. You need this for double pen. It's pretty good against everyone going super tanky these days. And like I said, that's the passive, just makes it OP. However, in certain situations, other items do come into effect. You can go extra tank. You've seen me do Polo Solo from years gone by with Archon and Discord. You've seen me do like crazy shit with Frostbound. I'm not afraid to go into this tree because they're all got their potential, you know, matchup wins. You know, if every one of them teams got slow plus like course or something, you get that wing, but I don't fucking care. You probably need it. You know, if you've got a lot of healers, you get that Toxic Blade. I don't fucking care, you get it. If they've got loads of attack speed goes and you want to counter build, you get that Witchblade. Yeah, don't be afraid to counter build. Sure, you're not as an effective ADC or Hunter or high DPS god, but counter build is important. And again, if there's like loads of Fizz, get the mean. If they've got loads of Mages, get like Genjis or Pestilence or Runic or whatever. Just get something. If you really feel you need it, and they're like all that one type of damage, just go ahead and do it. That's the other benefit of this build. Because you've got triple pen, double lifesteal, it's easy to move one of those items. To an extent, it's never as good, but it's easier to move it. It's another line of the crit build. And for relics, I've been using shell a little bit. This is just something I've been testing. The idea is, you're boxing someone, you're fighting. Seems they've got a slight lead. Oh no, you're gonna lose. So you're thinking, well, I could Aegis. You Aegis, and you're damage immune, yay. But you can't hit back. So when Aegis runs out, you're in the exact same situation you were in previously. It might even be worse, because they might have hit a minion or two when you were Aegis and lifestealed up. You can't do that. So you're actually worse off than where you were. It's fair enough, it's good. It's better if like a big mage is on you or something. But in a boxing match, if you've got shell, you suddenly gain health. And you can still shoot back. So if you're slightly getting beat, you're now slightly winning. And if they've got Aegis, just like I explained, they'll still lose. If they get beat, then do it. They're still going to lose. Shell helps you win. And the reason I get Shell over Medi is because Shell's upgrade actually does something. Medi's upgrade does fuck all. This is the upgrade on Shell. Additionally, all allies, including yourself, receive 2 stacks of block, absorbing the next 2 basic attacks. It's quite important late game against Hunters, absorbing 2 A's. Late game, your A's are hitting for like 250, maybe more, plus Ken's damage. So probably 300 closer. Maybe more if you've got a red pot. Absorbing that twice is 600 damage, plus you've still got the actual health shield itself. That swings a fight completely. Completely. So I've been often doing shell and beats, because everyone's going to dive on you, so I feel like you actually need to get beats as a hunter, because you're the hunter. People want to kill you. Multiple people will be chasing you. So, late game, don't get me wrong, you'll kill them. Like, oh my god, I hit cocky warriors, 11 and 0, jump on me late game, I just solo them, piss easy, because I'm a late game hunter, I still solo. But you will need beats, because people will dive on you, and shell just helps you win 1v1s. However, sometimes you need to get Aegis, people will execute, toast, or big smelly ultimates that want to kill you, like Silas. And sometimes if there's a lot of slows, you need to get sprint or heavenly wings. However, this isn't terrible because the upgraded form will give you Fatalis effect, which is pretty decent as a hunter. So don't be afraid to not get Beads Aegis. You know, experiment with Beads Shell. It's actually pretty good. Like, it's got my seal of approval for what that's worth. And the crit build, I think works best on Artemis like this, because Artemis 2 is a massive attack speed steroid. That's what I've been doing on Art. I'll go these 3 items, because when you look at this crit build, right, you need triple crit, because you just don't have enough crit chance. So this is 60%, that's good enough. With your passive, you know, you 5% per A up to 3A, so you can take it up to 75. But I don't think double crit's good enough. It's not consistent. It's 40% base, and then 50% after 2 A's. Fuck that noise. It's just not worth it. You need triple crit. So I had to give up exec, because if I don't give up exec, if I give up Titan's Bane instead, I have no tower push. And I think that's the key for any hunter, is tower push. And I simply wouldn't have it. So I had to give up exec, so you Titan's Bane instead, which means you're losing attack speed. So it's why I like it on Artemis more than Jinx, or 2 gives a lot of attack speed. I would still get Assay, but I'd be willing to sell Assay late game for Bloodforge, because I think the shield is too good. Again, you're a hunter, people are going to jump on you. Every little helps. This shield helps, trust me, it helps a lot. Plus it gives you a big power spike. And you've still got like all the pen you need. So this build will box fairly well, because it's got Poison Star in it. You just read the passive. And it's still got Tower Push. And you'll kill squishies 1v1 quicker, because crit is just big. You could just like crit 3 times, maybe 4, and they just die. Like, the squishy just evaporates. It's fun. But it's not as effective at Tower Push. It's not effective against super tanks, and it takes longer to really come online, because one crit aim on its own, unless RNGesus is with you, and he usually isn't, he's usually laughing at you, spitting on you, you need at least 2, and even then, RNGesus is sometimes a cruel bastard, and you'll still fuck up. Which is why I don't like it. It just needs so many items. You can't have double lifesteal, you can't have the triple pen, you can't even have double pen, like you miss so much. But he's got squish, he's quicker, and that's fun. So yeah, and it's not, by no means is it bad, it's actually really good. It's just you have to give up other things that I value more. I kill squishies fast enough. It's kind of like a win more build. Why would I want to win more against a squishy when I can win smarter against everyone else? That's more important to me. But that is the crit build I would do, and I do it in Jingwei and Art. As for the hunters that I think are the best, is again my opinion. It is Izanami after the buffs. I think they were insane. I think they pushed her really far up. She's got really good steroid, really good ultimate. Her entire kit's just really strong, and they just made it all better, more efficient, more. I don't really know the word to use, but it feels better to play as because there's not as much delay. It's kind of the old Hebo effect. Everything just feels smoother. It's like jumping from 30 frames to 60 frames, you know, when you play as an Amina, that's what it feels like. So I would rate her quite highly. Hu Yi gets rated quite highly. I'm one of the only people that rates Apollo very highly. I think his kit is disgusting. I think people just don't use it smart enough. I'll ult from one side of the map to the other just to push a tower slightly faster, because it's slightly faster walking over. You know, I'll ult over to a Gold Fury from base to get it slightly faster, because it's slightly more efficient. It gets the snowball going slightly quicker. And that, and I recently got a penta on him and it made me feel good. But his entire kit's just really broken, right? His passive is an attack with steroid, which is really good. His one's got decent base, 290 plus 8%, it's not terrible. He's got a strong mez that gives him physical defense, which is really good in a boxing scenario, and it's also AoE. Look at the mez time on that, max rank, 2.3 seconds, disgusting. His 3's actually a knock-up. Like, it knocks them up, or to the side anyway, as he dashes. I use this aggressively. I've dashed into Kerpries to fuck up their ult resurrect as I kill their hunter. That's so satisfying. He can do that, and then he gets a speed buff at the end of it. It is a legit. And then of course his ultimate is just so broken in all the right ways. Like, it hits 4 times. 4 times. Look at, that's a lot of damage for an ult that's that powerful. Yeah, it's got a long cooldown, but it's really good. I think people underestimate Paul, so I rate Paul really highly. I rate Anhur very highly. I rate Rama very highly. So once again, Izanami, Hu Yi, Apollo, Anhur, Rama. They're, like I said, the best hunters. And then the other really, really good hunters are Hachiman, Jingwei, mainly because her pass is still really strong. However, I think the whole build thing with her is kind of weird. Medusa, Cern, and sort of Uller. That's kind of it, and then there's the rest. I know AMC's really highly regarded in the SPL right now. It's because the SPL are retarded and you don't play in the SPL, so it's irrelevant to you. Or you most likely don't. In casuals, if you play AMC, you will get dive, even in ranked. If you want me to mean right, I will camp you, I will dive you, I will chase you, you will die, because you cannot get away. You might be faster than me in a straight run, but I have mobility and you do not, and you will die. A lot. See, when people jump on you as the hunter, and they will, you will suffer for it. Same reason why I don't like Artemis. You can't really get away. And people will jump on you because you're the hunter. If you don't do shit if you can't get away, your 2 might help you a little bit, but you're still gonna die. It was different for Skadi because Skadi had the fucking Caldear and it was basically a 2v1. So diving her was hard, plus her ice was just broke. And Shibolonki's just, his early game clear is just so bad that you can't really put him any higher. Like, you might have a good late game, but he's not getting there. His clear is fucking atrocious. In fact, that's another thing MC Agile's going for. He's got good lane clear, good lane control. That kind of helps him. Medusa's is semi-decent. Neef's semi-decent, but she's got no late game. Or it's not as good because she doesn't have a proper steroid. And her flip's really fucking... It's just, you can't be aggressive with her flip, which pisses me off. Because you need to turn around and then flip blind, which is stupid. So yeah, that's kind of problems I have with it. So if you're thinking about playing hunters, try those ones out. You'll probably have a lot more success. So yeah, that was the hunter builds I've been doing. It's the hunter builds I like. And that is the crit builds. So guys, also enjoy this. Thanks for watching as always. See you all next time.